I'm John Gerber. I'm a member of the Board of Trustees of the Unitarian Universalist Society of Amherst. I use he, him pronouns. Welcome to you, old friends and new, young and old, in the Zoom and in the sanctuary. You are an essential part of our celebration today, whether today is your first or your 1000th Sunday in our midst. We are stronger because you are with us. We are one people of many beliefs, many origins, sexualities, and genders. We are all growing, all learning, all loved. Just as you are welcome here. As part of our effort to seek feedback on how we are doing as a congregation, members of the Board of Trustees will be at a designated table in the social hall after the service. Today, Linda Callahan and Dia Pavel will be there to chat with you. Please stop by and say hello. We are grateful to be with you today here in community.
Good morning. My name is Alyson Bull. I use she, her pronouns. I'm a member of the Unitarian Universalist Society of Amherst and of the Worship Collaborative. The service this morning is a collaboration with the Ministry of Welcome and Membership, as well as Reverend Rachel. Today's service will explore what we need to feel welcome, how we know that we belong, and why that is so very important. We're hoping that today's service is the beginning of a conversation that will continue beyond this morning. Perhaps a nugget or an idea will be sparked, and you will bring it back to a committee meeting or a conversation at social hour. There will be opportunities, hopefully this morning, to turn and talk to the people near you, so look around and identify who those people might be. You may notice that I take my mask off to speak and then put it back on again to sing. Any of our worship leaders who unmask have taken a COVID test this morning. Our congregation has made the choice to prioritize the vulnerable rather than the comfortable with our masking policy. It's how we take care of one another. And we will open our words. Polly's going to join me in a spacious welcome by Sherry Woodbury. Welcome, who come in friendship, who long for genuine community.
May you be graciously received here as your authentic self.
Welcome, who come in curiosity, full of questions or simply open.
May you embrace wonder and encounter new delights.
Welcome, who come heavy with fatigue, weary from the troubles of the world or the troubles of your particular life.
May you rest and be filled in this sacred space.
Welcome, who come with joy for flowing rivers and gentle breeze, for changing skies and great trees.
May the grace of the world leave a lasting imprint in you.
Welcome, who come with thanks for the altruism of the earth and the gift of human care.
May your grateful heart overflow and bless those around you. Come, let us celebrate together this wondrous life.
And I invite Suzanne to come and light our chalice for us this morning. And I invite you to say the chalice lighting words with us, which are printed in your order of service and also will appear on the screen. We light this flame to invite a world of peace, where we heal the wounds, where we share what we have with one another, where justice is another word for relationship, and we listen for what love has to say. I invite you to rise as you feel willing and able in body and spirit to sing our first opening hymn, Come Sing a Song with Me.
Good morning again. We are the members of the Ministry of Welcome and Membership. My name is Karen Mack.
I'm Libby Stanforth.
And I'm Susan Rice.
We also have Ann Moore, who is not here today, and our special member, Leah Duville, who is a big part of Welcome and Membership here. Our job is to help all people feel comfortable and welcome. We also try to encourage everyone to find their own special ways to feel a sense of belonging, fulfillment, and connection to each other.
So I would like to invite all of the children who would like to come on up and sit up here in the front. And also you can sit on the stairs. So good morning. And this morning, we're going to talk a little bit about what it feels like to help people feel welcome. So the first thing I'm going to ask you to do is take a second and imagine what it feels like to be brand new somewhere. So imagine, for example, that you're brand new in a school or in a classroom, or you're going over to somebody's house for the very first time. Maybe you're joining a chorus and you've never been there before. Everybody take a second and think about how that feels. So, everybody can answer these questions, not just the kids. How does it feel to be new somewhere? Anyone want to offer an idea about how it feels to be new? Yeah, Jack.
I guess sometimes when you're trying something new, you can feel nervous.
Ember.
I guess when you're doing something new, it can feel like you are not totally welcome.
You might feel like you're not really welcome. Thank you, Ember. Adar.
You might feel shy.
You might feel shy. Yeah, I have felt all of these ways, and I bet you have too. So now, you've got those feelings. You're feeling like you're new somewhere. What is it that somebody else could do to make you feel more comfortable? Ember?
They could ask you if you want to play.
They could ask you if you want to play with them. Adar?
You can make them feel welcome.
You can make them feel welcome, and sometimes just a simple word like welcome is a really good way to do that. Are there any other ideas of things other people could do to make you feel welcome when you feel nervous and shy and like maybe nobody's going to play with you? Ember?
They will just say something like, "Oh, you can't play with us."
I hope they don't say, "Oh, you can't play with us." In fact, I have an idea. Maybe they could say, "Hey, why don't you come play with us?" Or "Why don't you come sit with us?" So now, what I want to tell you all is that here at the UUSA, we really want to make sure that everybody feels welcome and everybody feels comfortable. So we want everybody who walks through the door to feel welcome and comfortable, and we want them to feel like they belong. So, you know how we have the people who stand in the foyer in the entrance there? Those are our official Sunday morning greeters. And I happen to know that many people in this congregation, and even a few people up here, have volunteered to be official Sunday morning greeters. And that's the person or the couple of people who say hi, they hand out the order of service, they double check and make sure that people have what they need to feel comfortable. So now I want everybody, and this includes the grown-ups, to take a second turn to somebody who's near you and just show me what a friendly greeting looks like. Good morning, Joe. It's great to see you. I'm so happy you're here. Nice job. Okay, so, wow, you are so friendly and welcoming. So now I think you're all ready for an official new greeter training. Yeah, I mean, you've passed the first test. Good work, everybody. All right, so for this special greeter training, we're going to start with a quiz. It's multiple choice, so don't get too worried. First question, who needs greeting? Okay, here are your choices. A, people who are coming to the UUSA for the very first time. If you think they need greeting, raise your hand. Huh? Okay, A's looking good, people. B, someone who has come once or twice before and still doesn't know people. Yeah, I mean, that's a good one too. C, someone who is returning after being away for a while. Yeah. All right. D, someone who comes most Sundays. Yeah. All right. Someone who is running tech or singing in the choir. Oh, yeah, okay. How about F? All of the above. Finally, we found it. All right, that was great. All right, but you're not going to rest on your laurels. Here is question number 2. Why do we greet someone? Okay, this is tricky. A. Are you kidding me? This is excellent. A, to make them feel welcome. What do you think? All right. To let them know we are happy that they are here. Oh yeah. To see how are they doing that day? Do they need anything to make them feel comfortable? To make sure that they know the plan for the day, they know where things are. Yeah, that's a good one. Oh, here, this one was written especially for Leah. To collect their contact information so we can get in touch with them about important UUSA announcements. Oh yeah, or F, all of the above. All right, excellent. You guys, you're killing this. This is excellent. So now here's really the tricky one. How do we greet people? So let's think about what a greeter does when they're greeting people. What do we want it to look like and sound like when we greet someone? So let's start with what it should look like. What should our faces look like when we're greeting somebody? Oh, Karen?
We should smile.
Oh, that's a great idea. Amber?
We should just look at them, not just like look at like this person who's just walking down the street.
So, you know, that's what we want to do with our eyes, right? We want to look at people. We want to really look at people, make eye contact. Thank you. What about our body language? What should we be doing with our bodies? Any ideas, Adar?
Like move them in like a certain kind of angle.
Yeah, to be at like an accepting kind of angle, right? So yes. So like, you know, open, friendly, welcoming, right? Yeah. Awesome. Amber?
You should just not like make like someone feel bad. You should just like don't just like glare at them and roll your eyes. Just like look at them in peace.
Look at them. Look at them in peace. Yes, thank you very much, Ember. Okay, so now we got to talk about what it should sound like. So we're going to talk first about your tone of voice. What should your tone of voice be like? What should your voice sound like, Adar?
It should sound like to make people happy.
Right, it should sound like to make people happy, so maybe with a happy tone of voice. Ember.
It shouldn't sound like, oh yeah, good morning. It should sound like, good morning.
It should not sound boring. It should not sound like you are bored, right? So I think happy, cheerful, pleasant, these are all good things. Now here's the trickiest one, is your words, right? So think about what kind of words you should use to greet people. Any ideas for the kinds of words we should use?
You could say, welcome.
Yes, you could say welcome.
You could say good morning.
You could absolutely say good morning. Does anybody else have any suggestions? How about grown-ups? I know this person back here.
You could say, I'm happy to see you.
Love that. Oh, Lauren has an idea.
How are you doing?
Oh, brilliant. Ember,
Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you. Pete,
Hi, my name is Pete. What's yours?
Sophie, that was what you were. He took yours. All right. Any other ideas? These are great. I'm being told to wind it along here. Okay. So, Ember, we're going to hold that thought because we're going to need to wind this down. So I just want to tell you all, these are great suggestions, and it's important to think about the words that we choose. We want to choose words that make people feel welcome and comfortable and like they belong. So it's important, it's important to choose words that are words that make people feel comfortable and like we're happy to see them. We don't want people to feel strange or uncomfortable, but we do want people to know that we're here for them if they need anything. So with that, I'm going to hand this over to Andrew. And nice job. I just want to say, you're all ready to be greeters. So, if you want to sign up to be a greeter, let us know. And also, you know what else? We all greet every day. We all are greeters. Whether you're the official greeter or not, you're still a greeter. Thank you.
And while the children are heading downstairs, we're going to rise and sing our October's monthly hymn, Spirit of Life, number 123. This past Sunday, I had the experience of being here in the sanctuary as it transitioned from pre-service setup to being a room filled with a congregation ready to worship together. I watched as a simple good morning, said with a smile, beckoned people into the sanctuary. When one good morning was voiced, others echoed the call, and it continued down the aisle as people searched for a spot to settle in. As the room filled up, some people were deeply engaged in conversation with others, and other people were sitting quietly, not talking to anyone. I began to wonder how people wanted to feel as they entered the service on Sunday morning. What do people need to feel welcome? What do you need to feel welcome? Let's think about that for a moment. What do you need to feel welcome and included as part of a community? What about a space, a place, a community makes it feel welcoming? What do people do or not do? What do they say or leave unsaid? What do you need to feel welcome? And how do you know you belong? What are the indicators that this is a place where where you are seen and valued, a place that accepts you as you are? I invite you to turn to someone near you and share a thought that came up. Pick one idea that came to you. You'll have about 2 minutes to share those with one another, so be sure you make enough time for both of you to listen and both of you to share. The questions, again, are, what do you need to feel welcome? And how do you know you belong? Those of you on Zoom can enter your responses into the chat. Make sure that everyone finds someone to talk with. Okay, so this is my answer, and I would love to hear your answers after the service. So this is what I'm working on. So in order to remain healthy, whole people, we need one another, especially when we're navigating tumultuous times. And to survive the rapidly changing landscape that is our modern world, we must build interconnected, diverse, and resilient communities. And I have experienced the power of resilient community and experienced it for my own family's survival. In the spring of 2020, my wife Annie and I were expecting twins. They were born in late March 2020, 2 weeks into the pandemic shutdown. It was this community who kept us afloat during the insanity of caring for newborn twins during a global pandemic. The Caring Circles meal train kept us fed, kept groceries in our cupboards, and got our trash to the dump every week for like I don't even know how long, for like 3 months. Our RE friends made sure that we had our first cloth masks and a coveted N95 so we could protect our vulnerable babes from the virus. We received phone calls, cards, and casseroles that kept our bodies and our souls nourished. You called me like every day. We introduced our twins to the world through our front window and over Zoom. And you waved joyfully and blew kisses and expressed all the love that social distancing would allow. We really felt all that love. You had been with us every week in person, waiting for those babies' arrival. And it was years before you saw them in person. I know I am not the only one here who has experienced life-supporting care from this congregation. Many people have expressed how deeply connected they feel to one another and to this place. And I also know that not everyone has felt or experienced that here. Not yet. We have the foundation for building a resilient and beloved community here. but it is one we must continue to build and nurture so that we are prepared to handle whatever chaos, crisis, or curveball life throws at us, individually and collectively. We must not grow complacent or rest comfortably in the relationships we already have. In order for our congregation to thrive, we must continue to commit to providing that radical welcome to all those who walk through our doors. And we must work to ensure that the people here are connected in meaningful ways. We must build interconnected, diverse, and resilient community. A community that works to reject white supremacy culture, a community that upholds its covenants, holds one another accountable, and allows space for repentance and repair. One that celebrates life's milestones, gathering together to share all their joys and all their sorrows. A community where each individual is able to show up as a whole, fully seen human being valued for all of who they are. When I think about a change like this, I can feel overwhelmed. But then I remember what I have learned through my many years of teaching 6th grade. It often takes just one small shift, one key intervention to unlock a world of possibility. And the key, I have found, is relationship. Relationships are built on connection, and connection is cultivated through conversation and shared experience. So what can we do to cultivate those connections? We can be intentional in offering one another a warm welcome each week. We can be courageous as we introduce ourselves to one another. We can learn each other's names, even without the name tag. We can mix up where we sit in the sanctuary each week and who we talk to at social hour. Let's build together a resilient community. And let's build it together, one conversation at a time.
I'm the Reverend Rachel Hayes, minister of this congregation. I use she, her pronouns. One of the ways that we practice this relationship and resilience together is by sharing our joys and sorrows in community. I invite you to come forward to light a candle to mark your joy or sorrow in our congregation. If you like, you are welcome to speak into the microphone briefly what your joy or sorrow is today. Let our time of sharing joys and sorrows, spirit of life, love, and connection. It is in our relationships, our connections with one another, that we touch the divine, that we find the love that reaches out past all of our knowing. Strengthen our relationships. Be with us this day as we go forward into our other relationships and our interaction with the world. Give us strength to meet this coming week, whatever it may hold, and bring us home to rest in the love that holds us all. Blessed be. Amen.
We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These remain in our hearts until we are together again.